Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Thursday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about every world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Yesterday was signing day, National Signing Day, Jim.
It's a big hubbub galore went on in Auburn. Everybody
used to be a roar, now it's a whisper.
Yes.
But that's the way it goes. But Auburn did pick up a commitment.
You got a signee?
We did sign one. Omar Mabson from Auburn, running back from Auburn. We'll talk about that a little bit. Look at kind of the revised settings a little bit as we kind of move forward. Auburn's got a basketball game this weekend as well. We'll talk about that. SEC baseball, as we mentioned, will get underway. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So the SEC coaches poll, preseason poll, is out. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that a little bit. Auburn kind of in their little familiar place. It seems like we're there every year.
Yep.
They just, they always underestimate Butch. But we'll talk about that a little bit, tease that a little bit. But and hey, the Super Bowl's this weekend too. Care one bit, not much.
Not going to bother me one bit who wins or loses. I mean, there's obviously a couple. There's some SEC guys on there I'm going to watch to see how they play. But as far as the winner of the thing, Swift has kind of ruined that one for me. It seems like more of a publicity stunt now than a football game.
Now that may be true. It is. Well, I mean, the Super Bowl is like it's a worldwide event.
Well, sure.
I mean, and it's as much about, it's more about the publicity of it than it is.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, that and that, everybody wants to watch the new commercials and see how silly that can be. And it gives everybody a chance to get together and grill out and make some wings and, eat some chips and dip and call it a good Sunday,
That's all. That's a good thing.
So, and it is. I mean, there's times that it's great to get people together and hang out.
Yeah.
So it's not all about the football game.
For sure. But again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. As always, you can find us on your Spectrum cable dial. You can be with us on YouTube, Facebook, however you choose to tune us in. If you can't catch us live, you can always go back and check us there. Go to our YouTube page and check that out, and please subscribe to that, like that page if you would. Omar, let's just start with the recruiting. Mm-hmm. Omar Mabson, the running back here from Auburn High School, mm-hmm. Like 5'9", 200 pounds, adding to this room. You got, of course, Damari Alston coming back. You've got Jeremiah Cobb coming back. Mm-hmm. That's going to be your senior and junior. You've got the new guy from Darrell Robinson from Connecticut. Mm-hmm. You've got Alvin Henderson coming in high school.
That's
Alvin Henderson and Mobson pretty much the same size.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it's like both of them are like 5'9", 200 pounds.
And that's one of the keys to this thing that you should be able to, if you wanted to dig into comparison of the two. Obviously, one played at a lower level and just blew the place out, as far as stats. But then now you've got one. Madsen has played at the top of the top for the state of Alabama in 7A football. He's shown you playing against D1 athletes what he can do now.
That's true.
So my question would be to you, formulating in that opinion, which one do you see getting a chance on the field quicker, Mabson or Henderson?
That's a good question. I mean,
because you look at the numbers, you go, God, Henderson's got to be on the field. But then if you look at Mabson, the numbers he put up playing 7A football, I mean, I got to give the kid a shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think – I mean, obviously Alston's going to get the you would expect him to be the number one guy. He's bided his time.
Yeah. I mean,
he's played behind him.
I'm stating, I was trying to say that Alston should be one. Cobb should be 1A. You know, they should get their lion's share of the carries. The Connecticut guy was brought in for a reason. They feel like they need that third back to maybe take another 6 or 8 carries a game.
And he's a bigger guy.
Right.
He's a bruiser guy.
He's one that we've probably last year when we made some mistakes, when a lot of these 4th and 1s, when we're trying to throw the ball, they'll give him the football and say, okay, you stop us for a yard.
Yeah.
You know, get him in there, let him pound on some people a little bit. But I'm saying, as far as that bottom group of what's coming in, Mabson or Henderson takes a rep on the field first as a starter?
I think it's up to the kid.
Right. The work ethic?
Yeah. And I you got 2 guys that are physically in stature basically the same guy.
Right.
Whoever wants it more, whoever works the hardest, who's going to be that third guy, or that fourth guy,
right.
that comes in and does some cleanup work.
Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like.
That's a good question.
That's what I feel like is about to happen. You're going to have the 2 we've already talked about, your starters. The Connecticut kid's going to get some reps in there to help fill in on those tough downs, just a power back.
Yeah.
But that 4th and 5th slot, I feel like number 4 is going to do what you said. He's going to come in to clean up some ball games. When it's blown out, they're going to put in number 4. But whoever that 5th guy is, I think you're looking at a red shirt.
It makes me wonder. It's a good experiment. We always talk about, 7A versus or upper classification versus lower classification.
Sure.
This is a good experiment about, how that actually manifests itself into Division I SEC football.
Yeah, because
every it's always a little bit different. It's not a one case kind of thing, but
right.
You can look at it and say, okay, this guy played 7A. These are his numbers. This guy played 1A, and obviously he set the records for Alabama high school history.
Yeah.
In Alabama. So, hey, we'll see what.
And
we'll see what happens.
And that's the thing to me is, here's another question for you. If you flipped it and Madsen played at the school Henderson did and Henderson played at Auburn, would those numbers be the same?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon enough,
That's
I
right.
expect.
Yep.
All right, here's a quote. We're excited to finish out the 2025 signing class with the addition of Omar Mabson. He's an incredible human being from an incredible family who fits our Auburn culture. He's a local kid who knows the passion of this place and how special it's been when we've had great running backs. He's another one who fits that line, a big, physical, strong back. The thing that stands out the most to me about him is his competitive nature. Whether it's in the weight room or in workouts, he's going to push that room to be the best it can. Well, there you go.
There, if that quote right there is correct, then he's the 4th guy.
There you go. Well, I mean, not to say Alvin Henderson, obviously he's been better than most of his competition, but
sure,
you don't do the things he's done without being a hard worker as well.
Well, yeah, I'm not taking anything away from the kid. I'm just saying that if those quotes right there are correct, that they've already seen it, and putting in the fact that it was in 7A ball, that he was a hard worker. Right. I'm just telling you the odds are in his favor versus Henderson.
He is now. Does it factor into your thinking at all? He is a reclassification, so he is a younger. Well, he's going to be now. Granted, we've heard enough about 17-year-olds.
Correct.
In the SEC, haven't we?
Yes.
But he's going to be one. I would imagine.
And that is, again, I think that falls back on, even though he tried to jump the gun and come in a year early, that does give you more of the opportunity to lean on him and say, okay, you are 17, let's give you another year, like redshirted, and let's take a seat and you watch everybody play so we can get you stronger and bigger.
Right.
But then the same conversation still comes back in my head is, you just played in 7A ball and you dominated 7A ball. So if we need you to play like you saw, what you just said, 17-year-old freshman that come in Alabama and play ball, this kid may be able to play ball.
2 seasons he had nearly 2,800 career rushing yards and 45 touchdowns, along with 21 receptions for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. So, not only he can catch the ball out of the backfield, 2,800 yards in 2 years and 45 touchdowns. I'd say that's a pretty outstanding.
Oh, very outstanding.
Couple of years.
Yes.
So not just a guy that you're just going to throw a scholarship to for no reason. This is a guy that actually has earned
and it was
the
obvious when he decided he was going to reclassify. They wanted him right then.
Yeah,
like it wasn't. They didn't allow other teams to have opportunity to talk to him.
Right.
Yeah.
So Auburn ends up at the number 7 class. They were, number 5, I think, at one time. Or they had gotten it up to number 3 or so like that. But they end up number 7. Michigan, I think, slides in there above them. Maybe they picked up a couple of guys in the class yesterday.
And that's always of what we've talked about in the past in recruiting. That's when you get down to little minimal numbers of point this and point that separates 3 or 4 teams. They're all probably pretty dang good athletes there.
I would imagine so. And to be, I think the thing that I noticed, several years ago, Auburn would end up in the 10 or something like 9 or 10 class with Gus Malzahn, but the gap between 1 and 10 was enormous.
Yes.
It's not as big as it used to be.
Yeah, no. The talent's more spread out now.
The talent is getting more and more spread out.
But it's becoming very obvious in the basketball side for Auburn. There's a big gap.
Yeah, well,
Auburn's loaded.
Yeah, that's for sure. We got to take our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercraft, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
Here we go again, hammering down. High prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $14,000 off. GMC Terrain with a roomy cabin and pro safety, discounted up to $7,500 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just getting started on today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Sense of Green. For air that's fresh and clean, call Sense of Green, 334-487-3555. Russell Do-It Center. They got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job's too big. No job is too small. Construction or excavation, commercial or residential, doesn't matter. Whatever the needs might be, go and check out J.A. Smith.
I just talked to him this morning. They're just wide open.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They're burning up the road. You see their trucks everywhere, going in and out, doing all kind of moving some dirt.
And one of our other sponsors that we could have covered, and I forgot to say something about it when we were talking about the Super Bowl. If you're out there going to get wings and burgers and all that, Pepper Tree, you need to make a visit.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a Super Bowl pack. We'll talk about that. I'll look that up and run that down. We got a comment. Ed says, Jim, hate to bust the bubble, but red shirt's a thing of the past. That no longer, you're going to see that these contender programs are recruiting players, producing immediate results. If my team has several red shirts, we are not using our NL money very effectively.
Well, I mean, you know,
fair point.
It is a fair point, but to look at the other side of it, you had several this year, like Bryce Kane as a wide receiver. He didn't play it down.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with him. If the money's there, or if the kid's good enough, if he don't play this year, somebody's going to buy him, and he's going to go to somebody else next year. But yes, I mean, I do think if they go to what they're wanting to anyway with the NCAA of you having 5 straight years, no matter what happens, then it ain't going to matter anyway. You better be playing or else. Yeah. You're just losing time.
The kid from DJ Barber, the linebacker, he redshirted. I think the kid from Tuskegee Smith,
yep,
he redshirted.
Yep.
Yeah, those guys. Now, does that tell you that those guys are not going to be the ones that are going to be productive?
Prime example, Bryce Kane.
He's Bryce Kane
fast as a hiccup. I mean, he had all kinds of hubbub coming out of high school that he was one of the best, and he can't even find his way on the field. That tells you, one, you've done a heck of a job recruiting that guys that are better than him. But then, two, right back to what Ed's point was, is this kid, I don't look for him after this season. If he ain't playing, he's gone. Yeah. He's not going to sit here and develop. It's not a development time anymore.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There's only so many spots on the field.
Sure.
And you'd like to have guys. I don't know maybe it says about your program that if these are the guys that are extremely talented that aren't being able to get on the field, that shows you what you got in the starting lineup.
That's right.
Not to mention the fact that you're going to the transfer portal and supplementing and bringing in spots. So
that should always be a key for you watching other teams. What are they going out and getting in the portal shows you they don't have depth in those areas.
Right.
That's what they're more concerned with. The team tells you their playbook as far as who I'm trying to recruit, but they've already looked at their roster, and Auburn said, by God, we got to have a left tackle. I mean, there ain't no choice around it. You know, and you see what they're shopping for. You know what they feel bad about.
No question.
Yeah.
Auburn ended up, like I said, number 7 in the country. That's 4th in the SEC. Texas was number 1. Georgia finished 2nd. Alabama 3rd. Ohio State, Oregon, Michigan, Auburn finished 7th. Florida, Texas A&M, LSU closed things out.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, what is that, 6, 7? 6 of the top 10 are SEC schools. Not really. I mean, 7 of the top 10 are SEC schools. Not a surprise there. But when you look at it, the transfer, you got to add in this day and age, the transfer class. So Auburn finishes 8th in the transfer class. So combined, you got 7th in overall, 8th in the transfer class. You're still in the window of the top 10, so you should be, if these numbers play out correctly with the formulas that have been in the past, if you recruited consistently in the top 4 in the old BCS, you should be, by year 3, be competing to be in that group of that 4. Auburn has, this is Freeze's 3rd year, he's put together top 10. He should be this year in a conversation. I'm not saying we go into playoffs, but we should be in a conversation. Like you should have 9 wins and be talking about it. Yeah, if you obviously, if you have another losing season.
Yeah.
I think
I think the writing's on the wall.
We've played it out.
Yes.
Yeah. This is not headed in the direction we wanted to head in.
I think me personally, I think he's on a window of 8. It's a conversation of, okay, let's give him one more year and let him finish it off and try to see what he can do. If it's 7 or less, I think you're sending him out.
That's what I put the number at 8. James, you know, our pal from Opelika says he's expecting – or he's expecting playoff.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not, you're right on the border of that.
I think the play of Jackson Arnold is going to dictate a playoff or not.
Yeah.
Because if he gives you what he's capable of at his 5-star skill level.
If he's the starter.
Yes. Yeah, if. There you go. Because you get Daniels that could run out there or
Deuce
Knight to run out there. Then you got a lot of freshmen. Not that he's not talented, but you got a lot of freshman mistakes to go along with it.
And if Deuce Knight ends up winning the job, is that a built-in excuse for you to say, well, you got a true freshman quarterback. You got to give him a year.
Right. Well, what everybody's going to point to, though, is what Florida did when Lagway come in as a true freshman and lit the world up. If Deuce Knight were to come in and do what Lagway did last year, then, yeah, Auburn's going to be kind of excited to go, okay, let's see what happens next year.
Well, it's also one of those things. I said, in the middle of the year, when DJ Lagway started playing and playing well, that I said they ought to fire Billy Napier now.
Yeah.
For not starting him the whole year.
Well,
if Deuce Knight comes in and burns things up, I look at it the same thing and say, well, obviously you don't know how to see a quarterback to evaluate.
Okay, I was about to say that right there. There's my point to add to you is, look at not the class, but the room of quarterbacks you just had and what you got now. Does that show you he doesn't know what he's looking at? Because you didn't keep a 1 in the room.
No,
not one.
No, that's true. But I don't know. Partly that's this day and age.
Right. But still, if you hung your hat on Peyton Thorne, excuse my language, but Peyton Thorne couldn't hold the jockstrap of the 3 of the 4 of these that are coming in the door. He will never throw and run like Jackson Arnold. He'll never have the ability that Deuce has got. I mean, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah. And we went 5-7.
That's right.
All right, you got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We're your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just a few more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. As Jim said, we'll remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get a great meal in Montgomery or in Auburn. It is Thursday. The lunch special today is Burger Thursday. You can get a steak or smash or Conecuh burger. That's in Auburn and Montgomery. So your choice of burger. Ground beef, ground steak burger, smash burger, or Conecuh burger. And you get chips and a pickle.
Wow.
Don't you throw in the pickle for free. That's $10.99. I mean, this day and age, and this is a gourmet burger, really.
All right, let me throw it at you since I got it pulled up in front of me. They're
right.
Super Bowl weekend specials.
Okay.
They have 2 slabs of ribs, 2 pounds of grilled Conecuh sausage, 24 count of grilled wings for $89. They have the timeout dip tray, which is $42, spinach dip, chunky cheese dip, French onion dip, and tortilla chips to go along with it. You also have the burger box, which you guys have talked about before, 6 ground steak burgers and 6 Conecuh burgers for $52.
It's hard to beat.
And those deals are available for Saturday only to get ready for the Super Bowl.
There you go. Super Bowl party. Let Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine cater that for you. Definitely guarantee you will not be disappointed for sure. They can do all the work. You can take all the credit. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. All right, Jim, let's go to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro hotline for the first time today. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, James. This is James. How you guys doing?
Speak of the devil and he appears, I tell you.
Hey, and playoffs are fun, baby. Not because of what we got, it's because of what the other teams are losing in the SEC. I don't want to hear nothing about no 6 or 7 games. Win, and that's good enough towards progress.
All right, so James,
9 or 10, and talking about going to the playoffs.
I got one. I got one to throw at you. If he's on the verge and he's 9-4, let's say, or 9-3, and they're in the conversation at least. Maybe they're the first or second team out. Are you still okay with that?
No, I'll deal with it. I'll go.
Okay.
Give him another year, but I hope he beat one of these big teams that losing quarterbacks and a bunch of players, Alabama, Georgia, somebody. Sooner or later, he's going to have to beat these guys. The other reason why I called is, you see where I brought this up to Brett them yesterday. Nebraska coach is not doing spring because he don't want nobody poaching his players, but he still got to get them reps.
Right.
He still got to get reps for the young players.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing, or you think there's a trend that's fitting to happen that people don't do spring practice or spring games or spring practice so they can showcase their players? And then if you got a depth chart, if you see a guy that thought he should be starred and he go to second team and you put him on a depth chart as second team, then he decide to transfer, get in the transfer portal. But if you don't do that and you wait till the fall practice come, he got to be there during fall because he don't know if he made first team or second team or whatever. If you see what I'm saying,
yeah.
Then this is the one that I'm trying to have, trying to wrap my mind around. Now, basketball, I see Alabama gonna be a tough out. Connecticut gonna be a tough out, and Duke gonna be a tough out. And I see those teams. But the question I have for you guys, and y'all can tell me this right now. This is why I have he's not flashy. If Janai Broome take us to, Elite 8 or 4 or win it all, I know if he win it all. But if he just take us to the Elite 8, because, it is a one-game series, anything happens, or 4, do you think his jersey will be retired at Auburn University? And do you think Dylan Caldwell number should be retired? Because I love Dylan. I think Dylan Caldwell done more for Auburn than anybody that done played for him. But anyway, that's me. I'm biased. But do you think Janai Broome number would be retired regardless of where we end up and his pecking order on the Auburn University famous players. Thank you.
All right, I'll let Andy take the basketball, and I'll answer the football question.
All right, go ahead.
Dylan Cardwell, in or out?
No. Dylan Cardwell's number won't be retired, although he will be remembered as forever. Is just the quintessential Auburn guy, Mr. Auburn. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up working at Auburn at some point in time.
Yeah, or owning he'd be one of those guys because he's got such a face owning a restaurant there.
I think he's got an opportunity to go to the NBA.
Next level? Oh, okay.
Now he won't be a starter, but he's just because he can defend the way he does and because he's athletic as he is, I think there's a chance there. But will Janai Broom's number be retired? If he ends up player of the year,
yes.
If he wins that, and Auburn goes to the Final Four, or if Auburn wins the championship,
he's probably the player of the year too.
And he's player of the year, I think there's a fair chance that his number gets retired. But it's not a guarantee because there's only two guys. There may be. I think there's only two, Chuck and
Charles.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Mengelt's number retired? I'm not sure.
I was thinking only two.
Maybe it is. I thought Mengelt too, maybe, but maybe not. I'll look that up during break. And then when we come back, Jim will answer your football question. Don't go. Just my opinion about the basketball too. So don't go anywhere. More to come right after these messages.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. 6 numbers retired.
Oh,
for
wow.
Auburn basketball.
Wow. I didn't.
I'd
was way
forgotten.
off. Yeah.
I would have never gotten one of these, but I would have never gotten 2 of these. But I'd forgotten Wesley Person.
Yeah. Oh,
number
gosh,
11.
How did we forget that?
Chuck Person, number 45. Charles Barkley, number 34. Wesley Person, number 11. John Mengelt, number 15. He's retired. Mike Mitchell, I'd forgotten about him, from 74 to 78, number 30. And Rex Frederick, from 1956 to 59, retired in 2006, number 32. So 6 numbers for Auburn basketball retired.
I missed my 50s and 70s basketball.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. It's been a while since I've been in Auburn Arena to see up there. Okay, so spring game. Yeah. Now I think Nebraska. I don't think anybody's doing away with spring practice. It's just spring game.
Correct.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, and to answer his question, I think it's got several layers to understand where this thing could go from here. But in the spring game, in one way, I think he's right, because all these spring games have really been, if you've watched them the last 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer, they've just been a big production. There's been coaches out there playing kicker, and they've been media celebrities out there playing referee, and they've been doing silliness. They already know before they got to that spring game their depth chart and who's first and who's second and how it lines up.
Oh, sure.
If they walk
it's all for the fans.
Yes, it's all for the fans. If they walk out there and because it's Nebraska, let's use their example. That's what he's already stated. If I trot my players out there and they go look at my starting lineup and I've got said receivers out there, my starters, well, then I've got the second team that's going to come out in the third quarter, let's say. Those are some of the guys that are 4 stars. That allows the rest of the country to go ahead and see, hey, Andy's a 4-star and he's not going to be playing out there. He's not one of their guys. Then they pick up the phone and they go, hey, buddy, we got a spot for you over here at Jackson State. You just come on over. We'll write you a check. Yeah. So he's got a point in one way, but then again, it's something I brought up to you in the break. It's the fan side of it. The fans enjoy seeing those kids. Their parents enjoy seeing those kids. It gives you a break in the spring. You actually get some football instead of waiting 9 months to see a football game. You get to see something go on, an event. Everybody gets to get there. You sell some drinks and some popcorn.
We have the fan day, the
fan day, correct. Now, yes, if I'm a coach and I'm protective like he is, we can do all the same thing. We can have our spring game at Auburn. We could have it over in the complex and play an actual game on a Saturday and have no fans there and get the information we need of like, okay, who's going to line up here? How did he read that? Did he understand that? They could know what they need to know at the complex. They don't need to take it over into Jordan Hare to figure it out.
Well, you're going to see highlights of it regardless, right? I guess, but stop putting them on TV?
Yes.
I mean, that may be one aspect of it.
Well,
you
I don't
still have one, just don't.
I don't know that because of the world we live in with cell phones, I don't think that's going to change anything.
But you got to send somebody. Well, you'd probably have to send somebody to go watch it or something.
Well, sure. What's his?
But like I say, I mean,
Connor Stallions.
Yeah. So that's an interesting, phenomenon, and see how this.
I think it's
turns out.
I think it's what I told you. I think if one do it, as Nebraska says they're going to do it this year, if he does it and no repercussions, ESPN or whoever was going to cover it, and they're not upset that they didn't do it, and the fans don't make a big roar, then you'll see it. Team after team will fall after that, and you won't see a spring game anymore.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like the NFL if we're heading, like we talked about before the show, if we're heading to a contract model of paying our practice team, paying our regular team and their employees, well, those employees are not going to sign up for a spring game. That's one more time they get hurt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so just to quickly to round out this segment, SEC baseball, preseason coaches poll. Texas A&M is coming in at number 1, predicted to win the SEC. They get 10 first-place votes here. Tennessee, number 2. Arkansas, 3. LSU, 4. Florida, 5. Georgia, Vandy, Texas to round out the top 8. Mississippi State, number 9. Kentucky, 10. Oklahoma, 11. Your Auburn Tigers coming in at number 12. Alabama at 13, South Carolina, Ole Miss, and Missouri. Boy, Ole Miss has fallen. I mean, they won a national title. They won the World Series.
Wasn't that amazing? Like, they literally won it, and the next year it's like they fell off the map.
Yeah. So this is basically where Auburn is every year. They're right about this 12, 13 range. And
I think blue-collar, hard-working Butch Thompson loves it.
Oh, yeah.
It gives you some fuel to go in there to those guys and go, look, these people don't even think you can play ball.
Look, Auburn had a bad year last year.
Right.
I think they won 8 games.
And I think we kind of, at the end of the season, we kind of beat it to death with statistics and everything else. But you look at it, there was a pile of those games that were 1 to 2 run games. One ball goes here, one ball goes there. It's a different season.
Oh, there's no, yeah.
That's how, and I think you brought up even before the show, and you guys we were talking sports, is the level from the first of the SEC to the 8th. It's pretty close. I mean, like you got ball games that are, if they're all playing 1-run ball games, there's not blowouts you don't see in the SEC.
No.
It's a matter of making the right call and coming down to a little bit of coaching.
Baseball's like every other. I mean, it's like softball. It's like basketball this year.
Yeah.
There are so many really, really good teams. You can get in the NCAA tournament with a losing record.
Yes.
In the SEC, it's not that big a deal. So we'll see what happens. But I think Butch is expecting a lot more out of this team than last year. Hopefully, we will be able to see that at Plainsman Park. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Thursday afternoon. We got Auburn and Florida this weekend. Really big game. Number 6 Florida, 19-3, 6-3 in the SEC. At Auburn, number 1 Auburn, 21-1, 9-0. This at 3 o'clock on the ESPN network. ESPN2, actually.
I didn't get him some good coverage.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh, I'm going to throw some numbers at you, and you tell me if you can put this together and figure it out.
Okay.
All right?
Chances are no.
I think you can, but it's going to be real. It was surprising to me anyway, and you may have already put it together. 25, 24, 24, 23, 23, 23. What do those numbers mean to you?
25,
24, 24, 23, 23, 23, and 23. There's 7 numbers, and there's a lot of 20s. What do those numbers mean to you?
I don't know.
Those are 7 of your top 8 scorers on your Auburn basketball team's age.
Okay.
When you average all of them up, they come into a whopping 23-year-old age group that we have on an average on that basketball team. Do you know what the average is for an NCAA player outside of Auburn?
19.
17 and a half, almost 18.
Wow.
18 years old. So an 18-year-old playing a 23-year-old experienced ball club. And I even looked up, there was another thing I seen on there, the Oklahoma Thunder, that play in the NBA. Sure. Their starting roster is younger than the Auburn Tigers.
That's fifth-year seniors.
Yes.
Lots of fifth-year seniors on this Auburn basketball.
And now, that one hit me. I mean, not only is this group talented, but they've had that many years of life, that much more maturity, that much more. They're playing with a part of the game mentally that these 18-year-olds can't play with because they've never been there.
That's a good point.
I think that's why they're winning a lot of these 2-point and 4-point and 6-point games right at the end, the South Carolinas, because they got older guys. And I don't remember who it was brought it up, but one of the last times you and I were on the show, somebody was talking about it and they brought it up, or maybe it was another show I saw. But they said watching Janiah Broome play basketball looks like your dad out there playing basketball with the kids in the neighborhood. And that's literally, and it dawned on me, I was like, well, how old is he? And I looked him up and I was like, well, I'll be danged, he is my dad.
Yeah.
So that's literally not to say that it's going to make them win the title or anything, but they're separated from everybody in the SEC.
Experience, maturity.
Yes.
Not panicking in situations like when you get down, because everybody, a team's going to jump out ahead of you occasionally, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Not panic. Play the whole game. It's a 40-minute game. That experience counts.
That's what I was about to say. That's if you look at your 18-year-old self and your 25-year-old self, you made a whole lot better decisions at 25 than you did 18.
That would be true. No question.
And I was flicking around looking at ages because I saw the big trade that come through the NBA, the Luka Doncic that got traded. Mm-hmm. Guess how old he is? 25.
Really?
We have two players on our team, Baker Mazzara and who is that right there? Miles Kelly, that are both the same as Luka Doncic.
There you go. Well, we got some softball actually this weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
They may have to dodge the raindrops a little bit, but hopefully they can get some of these games in. That'll begin tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So Auburn softball season, it's a new era for Auburn. The Malveaux, the team, husband, wife, are going to take over the program. So actually, it kind of started. They got a little fall exhibition, but it really gets underway tomorrow, the season. So that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully, they'll be able to get again the Tiger Invitational in. Southern Illinois, North Carolina, Appalachian State, Southern Illinois, North Carolina. Those are the lineups Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Florida, again, at Auburn, Neville Arena, 3 o'clock on ESPN2 on Saturday. That's a huge game. Auburn, we'll see what this will be. This will be a big test for them. Florida's very athletic.
Yes.
They're very good.
I don't know what I want to say. Florida, I was ready to put them in that top echelon group that they got a shot to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then those Tennessee games are what really got me on them of like, how do you shoot 44 points? I mean, like.
Well, I was going to say, they might score 84.
Yeah.
They've proven that they can score 44.
Right.
Tennessee put the clamps down on them, and you would expect Auburn to hopefully do the same thing.
And Tennessee couldn't put the clamps on Auburn.
Well, they put it on them. Auburn only scored 53 points.
Yeah, but I mean,
they just scored more than Tennessee.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, 40. That shows you though that the 44 Auburn should be able to do, or not should, but could do the same thing Tennessee did.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be the case. And again, they were already camping out. They were right after the Oklahoma game.
I did. I saw a line out there.
They've
on TV.
Already got tents
ready to go
to
for
get
a Saturday
in,
game on a Tuesday
to try to get in a week in advance.
I'm just thankful. I talked about it weeks ago about it being below freezing temperatures. They wouldn't let kids line up. Now it's literally in the 60s at night, and they're gonna let them do what they want to do.
Let them get out there and do it. All right, that's going to probably wrap it up for the Auburn Blitz on this February the 6th. A couple of birthdays here. Tom Brokaw.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brokaw. Bob Marley, born on this day. Natalie Cole. Axl Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ashley. Never going to give you up. Never going to let you down. Never going to run around.
That's what you say about Auburn.
Never going to make you cry. But Auburn makes me cry all the time. How about your boy Brody Croyle being born on this day?
Well,
he's still getting sacked.
I'm a big
somewhere.
I'm a big Auburn guy, but I appreciate Brody and his dad what they do with the Kids Ranch and all.
That's a good word.
They do good people.
No doubt.
Yeah.
It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again.